say.
Weather at our outpost today, hot and humid, hot and humid, hot and hot and humid, humid. Next week, the True Life Adventures Club will be holding its 3rd annual meeting.
The backside of water.
Please stay seated and keep your hands inside the boat until a cast member comes to help.
homage to the immortal men whose illustrious names have been indelibly inscribed on history's roll of honor.
Watch your step.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
Good evening, Wait, what is wrong with my camera? Hold on a second here. There is something horribly, horribly wrong. Well, that's not doing it any better. Wow, this is not a good look for me. This is not a good... This, my friends, is what happens with live video. This is not... Well, you know what? We're going to go with this because it's slightly better, although not perfect. Wow, what's wrong with that? Well, this is live video. This is WDW Radio Live. I am Lou Mangello. Welcome home, my friend. Thank you very much for being here. God, this looks so weird. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's Wednesday night and there's still nowhere else I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This does not look like walking the world. By the way, did you enjoy our little pre-show game? It's not a pre-show pre-game. It's a pre-show game with a little bit of Walt Disney World Wordle. Let's see if I can bring this back up. Hang on a second here. And wait. Let me see if I can bring this. I should be able to bring this back up. Hang on a second here. Wait. Just give me 1 second. And let's see if I can bring this back up for you. So you actually can keep playing if you want to keep on playing. Let's see. How can I do this here? So you can still play a little bit of Wordle on the side while we are... Because now you're like, well, I want to know who's going to win. And I don't even know. This is the first time I've obviously ever done this. So I don't know how the game ends. I don't know. But there is a leaderboard and there were 10 words. Let's see. How many words did you get? It looks like you've gotten... I have no way to tell. I clearly am wildly unprepared for how this game ends. So we'll just keep it going in the comments. This, my friends, is the joy and pain and what I love about live video. So a lot of love on there. Iggy's like what is happening on your screen. Kira, Happy New Year, WWO fam. Love Wednesdays so much. You know who else loves Wednesdays? This guy. I dig me some Wednesdays because I get to spend it with my friends. Almost went out to the parks and then life got in the way. So a lot of people love the Wordle, a lot of love of the Wordle. Becky says she's really scared right now. Becky, you don't need to be here. Just leave, and I promise I won't share anything else that is on the... I shared so much last week. I don't really have much else to share other than an idea that I had earlier today for something that I want to do. Not that I want to do this year, that we're going to do this year. And I love how somebody guessed Lewis. I'm only Lewis when I would... Well, my mother would call me... Lewis when I was in trouble. So, Elizabeth, nice to see you. Karen went to Epcot and the studios yesterday. I haven't been to the parks in a couple of days. I was in Springs a little bit, had a lovely meal at Morimoto Asia today, as all my meals at Morimoto Asia have been. I learned for the first time, did you know Morimoto Asia has an abbreviated menu for lunch and the full menu for dinner? But good Gandhi, if you've had the ribs at Morimoto Asia, and neither Morimoto nor Asia nor ribs are one of the Walt Disney World Wordles, here, but good Gandhi, they're good. That Masuhatsu Morimoto knows how, that man can make a rib. So I thought the hype is real. So someone just got World. I'm trying to see. I have no way to tell how many words are left. I can only see that Emily is in the lead with 41 points. The game gives you nothing. You get nothing if you win other than the good feelings that you, in fact, won. So I win when people like Jeff C. show up. Like, it's not often that I get a celebrity in the house, but when Jeff shows up, it is a good day or night, one of the two. So I'll just keep Wordle up. If you want to keep guessing in Wordle, just Walt Disney. Oh, no, wait. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, I need to somehow. Hold on. Let me see if I can. If you want to keep guessing in Walt Disney World, Walt Disney World, Wordle, just guess a 5-letter word. That is somehow everything I put in as a clue, unless that was it. Maybe that's it. Maybe, did you get all of them? I have no way to tell. I literally have no idea how to, I have no idea how the game ends. I have no idea how to tell when the game, maybe that's it. Maybe the game is over and Emily is our winner with 41 points. So, as we say here in the Walt Disney World WDW Radio Studios, congratulations. I think it's it. I think it's over. I think that is it. I think that's over. We'll switch back here. Still having freakish camera issues with my other camera. That's fine. We will continue on as it is. Becky says she's not scared now. Why was Becky scared? Were you scared about the words that I put into, the Wordle? Because you shouldn't be. Because I'm hopefully a little bit smarter. There you go. Hopefully a little bit smarter than that. My advanced troubleshooting technique advice to you is if it doesn't work, unplug it and plug it back in. That is literally like the oldest man bit of tech advice that I could give you. So we'll just do a relatively short-ish show this week. Let's talk a little bit about this week's podcast, show number 702. If you've had a chance to tune in, let me know. You could give a lot away accidentally. I could, and I have. Becky, last week, I am so sorry that you missed it because I gave away so much information. I did not mean to do that. So, Scott Atwood, it is, of course, the typical IT answer. Let's see what happens if I stop the game over here and see if it gives me. No, that's it. It's done. There you go. I thought maybe there was some sort of fanfare. So, yeah, some people, I'm sure you haven't finished yet because I swear there are some episodes, and especially top 10s, I'm like, I even told Tim, Tim, this is easy. We're going to talk about places to go walk. It's going to be a half hour tops. But Tim just goes on and on. And there we were, an hour plus later. But hopefully you enjoyed. I really do it for you. For those of you that are marathon runners or walkers and you're in your final training runs this week, I do the long shows just for you. If you have a long commute, you're on the bus, the train, the boat, the plane, stuck in traffic on I-4 for about 6 hours, which is how long it takes to get from my house to anywhere on I-4, which is why I don't leave my secure little bubble. That's why I make the shows long. So Marla Chan, who, I love Marla Chan, by the way, says the podcast was a good reminder to slow down while in the parks, which is exactly why I do. I think we so concentrate, Marla, on where we're off to running to, right? Well, we have to get too fast. What is next on our ADR list? What is next on our Excel spreadsheet or lightning lane, that it gives you an idea and some ideas for places to go and slow down just a little bit. Bob Burney says, I am new here. Welcome home. I heard something this morning. I think it was a podcast, but I liked it, about 10 places where to take a walk. I love taking morning walks. Bob Burney, Sr., thank you very much for being here. Where are you watching from? And Angela Batista says, I need that Port Orleans resort review. I'll be checking in there soon. Becky, because I know for a fact, it's been verified that you do not listen to the show. You did not hear that Tim and I talked that I need to do a resort report, possibly with you, from and about Port Orleans Resort. I think I should stay there like on a Wednesday night, and I could do the live show and we can take people to Yeehaw Bob and Scat Cats. Who's ever been to? I haven't been to Scat Cats in eons. We'll get beignets. We'll talk about the things you need to know. Becky will give some of her incredibly insightful. Becky, start doing research now. Becky will give some of her travel agent experienced insight into reasons to stay and visit Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter. If you had a choice to stay at Riverside versus French Quarter, where do you stay? Which is your Port Orleans of choice? And maybe if you want to, you can share why. But that is actually, it's a beautiful walk along the Sassagoula without looking it up. No cheating. What does Sassagoula mean? The word Sassagoula actually means something else. What does Sassagoula mean? Zach Brown says, I want to come to Scat Cats. Zach, I believe you need to be 21 to get to Scat Cats. So you got about 4 years or so, if the math is correct, before you can actually go. Marla Chan says, take us on a carriage ride. I love carriage rides. I am a hopeless, hapless, ridiculous romantic. And I love the idea of going with all of you, excuse me, on a not so romantic carriage ride at Port Orleans. It's beautiful there. It is actually beautiful, and I love it. Jason Nacera got it right. I want to make sure you're first. David Turner might have been first. Sassagoula means Mississippi. This is the kind of useless knowledge that you get when you tune in on Wednesday nights and occasionally on the podcast. By the way, don't say what it is, but did anyone who listened all the way through without falling asleep to this week's podcast, did anyone get the trivia question? Did you know the trivia question offhand? You almost have to know it offhand, because this is one that's, unless you know the answer, it's near impossible to Google the answer, because there's only it is located on the WDW Radio site somewhere, but it's something really, really hard to Google. A lot of French Quarter. It seems like it is overwhelmingly leaning towards French Quarter. Kate says, I'm not sure what it is offhand, but I should. And Deb says, no idea what the walkway is called. Meg, I did not say a romantic carriage ride. I said romantic carriage ride with us, not with Becky. We're not together. That's whenever we check into a hotel, we're like, just to be clear, I am not Mr. Mencken. She is not. I can't even say the words. We're not together. This is the trivia question is super obscure, which is one of the reasons why I love it. And again, useless knowledge. I am full of useless knowledge that I feel compelled to share with you. Amy says, we need a night at Magic Kingdom on a Wednesday night. I agree. I had actually thought about going to the parks last week, and then I'm like, wait a minute, Lewis, you're an idiot, because it's the week in between Christmas and New Year's. No sane local person goes during that time. It's actually still crowded now because it's marathon weekend. And judging by the number of people I counted at Disney Springs today, there's about 6 million people at Disney World right now for the marathon. I think those are the unofficial but official numbers. We would get into a food fight. Oh, you just made the idea of a carriage ride at Port Orleans along the mighty Sassagoula River even better. Not just because you're there, but because I could bring food on I'm not sure if I can bring food on the carriage ride with me. We will smuggle food on board and see what happens. So, Richard McNanus says, I haven't had time to listen to the most recent episode yet, but I saw the title on my phone was one of the best topics ever. I can't wait to listen. My wife and I love French Quarter in huge, gigantic letters, which means he is being incredibly emphatic. I'll admit something, because we're friends and I trust you. So there are some times, even after almost 18 years of doing this, in a number of weeks, it'll be 18 years that I've been doing this. There are times that when I do a show, and I've never really repeated a topic in all that time, but when I do a show, before I hit publish or after I hit publish, there's a little bit of nervousness. Like, is anybody going to care? Is anybody going to even like this topic? Is this stupid? Like, does anybody care about walking like in the world? And a friend of mine who is a fellow longtime podcaster sent me an email when he saw the show title, and he said, I never actually went to Walt Disney World and felt, you know what I need to do? More walking. I need to go find a place to walk more. And I'm like, oh, is this a bad idea? Like, is that going to be, is somebody going to look at the title and go, I don't need instructions on how to walk at Walt Disney World because I walk 9 miles a day, which is about the average of a guest. It walks about 9 miles a day. So if it was ridiculous, we'll find out. But Rich, your comment made me feel a little bit better about myself. So I love French Quarters, but the bathrooms are far too small. We need it. So Amy says a top 10. So that's another one. It's on the list. And I'm like, I mean, it could be fun. It could be funny. But I think there are top bathrooms in Walt Disney World. And I think this is a good one for Tim because he doesn't have to research very much, which seems to be his MO. Tim and Becky are very much in alignment that way. The least amount of prep that I need to do, the better. Maybe I should find someone from the nation who would want to do a top 10 bathrooms. Maybe I'll put something in the nation group that if you would like to join in the top 10, plead your case. Plead your case as to why you are the perfect person to join in the top 10 restrooms at Walt Disney World. I just sort of care how you would actually answer that question and what you feel your qualifications might be. Now I really want to do it because I think it would be good. Kate, I don't think I did a top 10. Did I? Did I do it? I don't think I did. If I did, forgive me because it's 702 episodes, not including Mouse Tunes. Is number 2 the actual? Eddie Kern says, don't do it. Pretty much we found all the bathrooms in the parks. Kenneth Johnson, I will tell you that the top 10 burgers has been on the list literally for years. And I haven't done it because just when I think I've got all the perfect burgers on the list, they pull me back in and they release something new. And you sent me a text message the other day. And once I got through all the little heart emojis and heart eye emojis and things like that, you sent me a picture of a beautiful burger, which I have not yet tried. So I will have that burger. And then because you are offering yourself up, you will take one for the team because there's no way Tim can do a top 10 burgers. Tim is not a food guy. If you've noticed, I have done food top 10s without Tim. He's more of a plain Jane, chicken tender, golden corral type of dude. All for you. Becky, I promise top 10 lounges is all yours. When you are, I've just been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you on your schedule. Becky's losing her marbles right now, which I love. I'm going to get an obscene text in about 5, 4. Well, there it is. Here it comes in. Lori says I could do the top 10 runners' bathrooms. That's a whole different conversation. Top 10 places to get sushi. Somebody please write that. How have I not done that? If only there was anyone who would do the top 10 places to get sushi in, you know what? I'm going to expand that. The top 10 places to get sushi in and around Walt Disney World. Because the number of places that you can get sushi, like actual real sushi on property, are relatively limited. Although I will tell you, there's someplace off the radar that has sushi that is going to make the list. The last place you would ever think to get sushi, it's not the gas station, so that's the last, it's the second to last place you would ever think you would find good sushi in Walt Disney World, has great sushi, and will make the list. If somebody can email me top 10 places to get sushi, once again, if you are a nation member and you consider yourself a sushi aficionado, especially if you're local and you've been to some of the other local places, there are some amazing amazing sushi. I'm afraid to give away some of my secret spots because there's a couple that are redonkulous, including one that opened up recently. It's off. It's way off property. It's about 25, 30 minutes off property. But I didn't. They invited me, but I would pay to do it anyway. Again, to an omakase. If you know what omakase is, it is a prefixed priced meal. An omakase in Japanese basic translation is as the chef desires. It is a multi-course, usually somewhere between 7 to 10 courses of not just sushi, but whatever sort of strikes the chef's fancy. I did one a couple of months ago in a soft opening for this restaurant that I will wait to share on the show. It's a top 5 meal I've ever had. It is a top 5 meal I have ever had. Because it's not just about, especially in Japanese cuisine as a general rule, it's not just about the food and the taste, but it's about the presentation. There's an artistic element to Japanese food, especially when it comes to sushi. In omakase, the place that I go to, you sit at what's called a kappo bar, and there's only 6 seats, and there's only 2 seatings a night, and the chef and his team or her team are there preparing the dishes in front of you and explaining in detail what each one is. It very much sometimes will test the limits of your palate and the spectrum of your palate, as well as maybe the limits of, wait, I've never heard of this, I've never had this before. You really do have to trust the chef. It is not an inexpensive meal, but without a doubt, it is incredibly, incredibly worth it. And if you want to try omakase, one, call me because I will help you through it. But Takumite has a ridiculously good. It is not inexpensive, ridiculously good omakase. So I'm not sure how I went from bathrooms to ridiculously expensive omakase, but there is some sort of connective tissue in between. So Summer, please write this down. Top 10 sushi on and off property, burgers with Kenneth, lounges with Becky, and Nation to do a sushi with me. Top 10 steaks. Somebody add that to the list too. I'm the person who wants to research, and you are the only one who says wing it. Becky, I will put my notes for shows we've done together up against yours any day of the week. I will. One thing I can say, I'm not good at a lot of things, but 4 years of law school and a year of clerking for a very, very, very demanding judge, I'm a researcher like a lunatic. So my notes are extensive. Even for lounges, I'm going to have my research prepared because I like to share a little bit of story along with a little bit of the loungy part. I'm also going to note to self, lounges with Becky, call Uber in advance, get Becky home safe. Okay. Bison Burger and Geyser Point, David Turner's on the list. Top 10 Disney coffees. Somebody put that on the list too. I like that too. Tim is going to be like, how come I haven't done a top 10 in 6 months? Because Tim, these are all food related items. But we'll include Tim, and he'll only, if we get enough people, he only has to bring like 1 or 2 things to the table. So he can just like find a But Tim's going to be like, I'm going to pick the coffee at McDonald's over by Animal Kingdom. Because that's Tim. I eat like Tim. Beatrice, you're right. That's it. That's the one. That's the Splitsville is the secret sushi spot. I think they changed the name. It's like King Tuna or it's Super Tuna. It used to be called like King Tuna. Now it's like Super Tuna. Super Tuna is super good. Steve says that would be your best show ever. I'm not sure which one that is because we've just mentioned a lot. Bathrooms, burger, sushi, coffee, and something else. Mary T. Wells knows the joy of public sushi. Public sushi, Wednesday, $5. I kid you not. Public sushi on Wednesdays is $5. Do you want to know why it's $5 on Wednesday? I'll bet you don't know. Bet you don't know why it's $5. First of all, it's delicious. And I am going to freely admit, because I love and trust you and we're friends, that there has been more than one occasion where I've gone to Publix by myself, spent more than $5 on $5 sushi, and sat in the parking lot by myself and ate it. And just had a little sushi car picnic and had like a wonderful time. A little like iced green tea. It's lovely. I'm a very, very, very simple man. So, top 10 simple souvenirs. We've done top 10 souvenirs before. Amber Bramble, expand on this and send it to me. Pitch me top 10 simple souvenirs. I like a show on the history of tickets. Karen, I think we've talked about this before. I'm sure, like a long, long time ago, I did a DSI on something, or I did like a Walt Disney World, like a Wayback Machine. And we talked about the A through E tickets, the passports. There was a world passport. There was a couple of different iterations of it before it got to the this thing. I still have some. I have in sort of now the reduced vaults. I have some of those. Lori says I'm in for that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're in for. Top 10 ways to places. Oh, to bring a picky eater. Top 10 places to bring a picky eater. Boathouse. Boathouse. Then go to Boathouse. That's pretty good too. Sorry, put that one on the list. Sushi, I'm telling you, I kid you not, the sushi at Splitsville is so good. So good. See, it's not just good for a bowling alley. I think, I mean, you're not going to go there and get like sashimi and be like, wow, this is the best, because they don't have sashimi. But if you want like just a good roll, get a couple of rolls, couple of appetizers, that's a good night at Splitsville. That is a good night at Splitsville. Notice I'm reading the comments as fast as I possibly can. So if I miss one, just repeat it again, because I'm scrolling up and back as quickly as I can, and they're going by very, very, very quickly. Kenneth Johnson. Oh, I haven't been to that place. I have three other places in mind that off property for really, 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 really good sushi. So, top 10 charcuterie boards. Catherine Martin McLaughlin. Please, I hope someone is writing these down, because I am not. I've all got buttons and knobs over here. I really like that idea. Somebody wait. I had this conversation with somebody once before. I'm going to figure out who I talked about this with once before, because I don't want to feel like I'm taking anybody else's idea. And if I can remember, have that person join me. Steve LaRoque, it is not in Winter Park. It's actually closer, much closer than Winter Park has some fantastic restaurants. It's a bit of a hike. It's a bit of a schlep, but sometimes it's worth it. Kim says, I'm in for the coffee. Is it old? Jim, it's not old sushi, but so you're going back to the Publix question. The reason why is because they get shipments of new sushi on Thursdays. So it's not old sushi, but it is the sushi of the week. And so they want to get rid of what they have in their refrigerators so they can make room for the new stuff. It's still delicious. It is still. Scott Atwood says, yes, it is still left over from Tuesday. By the way, speaking of Scott Atwood, I was going to save it for later, but it doesn't matter, because I'm not like announcing anything, but you may have heard or remember last year. Yes, it was last year. The House of Mouse Expo is back, baby. I'm reading Scott's notes. He says, please read this word for word. House of Mouse Expo is back, baby. 15 exclamation points. Friday through Sunday, January 20th through 22nd. Come visit us at the Embassy. He didn't write this. I'm making it up. Visit us at the Embassy Suites, just minutes from Walt Disney World. There are panel discussions, autograph sessions, show floor, surprises, and more. I will be there once again in the WDW Radio booth. And by booth, I mean it's me and like a stand-up and some stuff to give away. And I have a feeling right next door, dare I say, almost adjacent, almost connected, as we do at all of these events, will be, and I have to read this too, will be Becky Menken from Mouse Fan Travel and some agents from the Mouse Fan Travel team. House of Mouse Expo, you can still get tickets. You could buy tickets at the door. It is a lot of fun. There's also a ton of amazing vendors and local creators on the show floor. So come for one day, come for all the days. It is a lot of fun. Bring the kids. There's balloons. I don't know if there's balloons, but you can bring the kids anyway. So come alone or bring the whole family, and hopefully I will see you at the House of Mouse Expo in 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks, just about 2 weeks, somewhere. Go to houseofmouseexpo.com. There will not be $5 sushi at the House of Mouse Expo, from what I understand, which is probably a good thing, because I don't think the Embassy Suites has a sushi restaurant. So kids, never buy sushi from the gas station, ever. Not even Buc-ee's. It's one of those things, you just don't do it. Jeremy Chappell, a romantic sushi car picnic by myself. It's one of my favorite things to do. Don't judge me. I'm a loner, Dottie, a rebel. Mike, Becky is going to join me for the lounge review, a top 10 lounges in Walt Disney World. I think, Becky, we're gonna find somebody. Same thing for the nation. I hope somebody's writing this down, because I need this written down for me so I remember. I'll ask somebody, and I'll put a post in the nation. You plead your case as to why you should join Becky and I for the top 10 lounges in Walt Disney World. What are your qualifications that make you the perfect person to join us for the top 10 lounges in Walt Disney World? Which, Becky, you should be happy, because again, it takes a lot of pressure off you. Now you don't have to worry about bringing a lot of information to the table, because you've got somebody else to pick up some of that. Top 10 appetizers on property. Oh, Jim, I like that. Top 10 appetizers. Actually, the week after, in a couple of weeks, there is a Disney food-related show that does not involve Chick-fil-A unsweet tea, but there is a food-related show that I've been waiting and wanting to do for a long, long time. So Becky says, maybe that's why you never take me anywhere. I'm a picky eater. Picky sometimes has a relatively negative connotation to it. You're not a picky eater. You're a Meg Ryan. You're literally a Meg Ryan, and you can take that and use that however you want. But ordering food with Becky is sometimes you need a long sort of runway to get before you actually get to order your food, because Becky is one of those, she'll get the menu and be like, okay, so I know this says this, but can I get it with none of those things on it and everything be just completely the opposite and different? And instead of chicken, I'd like it to be steak, and instead of vegetables, I'd like it to be no, right, exactly. Even when she's ordering a drink. So here's the drink menu, and I understand that, and it says that it's sweet, but do you have anything that's sweeter? Can you just put pure cane sugar with liquid sugar syrup on top, and then a little funny umbrella, and maybe a piece of fruit? No fruit. Okay, just a little bit sweeter than that, and then just ramp up the sweetness. That's what going to dinner with Becky is like. It's lovely. I enjoy it, but you need to give yourself a little bit of a longer amount of time before you actually get to order and your food comes. And I'm sure this is where the borderline inappropriate. That is not a Disney related. Wow. That is not a that is not a Disney appropriate GIF. I don't even think I'm not even sure what that is. I'm not even sure if I'm holding my phone the right way, Becky Menken from Mouse Fan Travel, but I appreciate I'm not sure what that is. It doesn't matter. I'll have somebody explain it to me later. I'll get my 17-year-old. Andrew Mylan, top 10 milkshakes on property. Top 10 pretzels. Please, somebody write these down and say, I like the idea of top 10 milkshakes. I would go on that research trip. I would take that journey, although I'm pretty already leaning towards what number one is. Like I'm not a big sweets. I'm not a big milkshake guy, but there is one that I have made a special trip for. And now I find myself craving just a sip of it because I need to lose all of this in like a week. Top 10 soups, definitely not during the summer. Top 10 pretzels, I do like that. Charcuterie, that's hysterical. Charcuterie boards are just Lunchables that majored in musical theater. Well done. Well done. I think that's actually very funny. There's a Michelin star sushi place store, 10 seats only in Winter Park. Michelin star sushi. How have I not been there? Steve LaRoque, if you can DM me or message me or just come to my house and tell me exactly where that is, I will take one for the team and go and check it out. So I'm all down for the sushi research. Top 10 popcorn buckets, top 10 souvenir cups. I have to say, and I get that everybody is a collector of something different. And if somebody can find a link to the show where we talked about, I'm not sure if it was top 10 collectibles, but it was like collecting at Disney. Everybody collects something different. There are some things that is an interesting phenomenon for me, and it's popcorn buckets, because they're big, and they're not necessarily practical for anything else other than popcorn. And when I see the lines for them, I wonder, where are you people putting all these popcorn buckets? Like, show me your popcorn bucket display. Is it a room? Is it like a separate wing in the house? Is it like a display case that is like, I want to know how you display all of these large, oddly shaped popcorn buckets. I have, and somebody gave it to me in a white elephant. I have one of the Elliott popcorn buckets, and I just don't know, like, I don't know where to put it. Because I love the parade. I have a little Main Street Electrical Parade, Olszewski, right there. There's a tiny little Elliott there. I would not know where to put the. I love knowing that Becky literally is having a physical reaction to some of the things that I'm saying. I don't know why it brings me such joy. Eddie Kern, we did talk about pressed pennies when we did the collectible show, because I want to say that Chuck Lionberger of MEI and Mouse Fan Travel fame, formerly known as the Disney Daddy, Chuck, if you're here, all right, your blog was the Disney Daddy. He talked about collecting the pennies and using the mini M&M tubes as a way to put like your quarters or your pennies and stuff in there so you could keep them with you, so you could take yourself or your children to go get pressed pennies in the park. Top 10 shady spots. Jessica, I know we've done the top 10 places to stop and smell the roses. I think that we also did a top 10 places to like take a break. And I think shady spots may have been in there. Kenneth Johnson, I'll have what she's having. That's a different part of the scene. That's a very different. I don't want that to be replicated at any meal that I'm moving on. Let's see. Matthew Woolley, the peanut butter and jelly shake, brother. It's Becky volunteers as tributes for the milkshake. Becky. So I see that there's a peanut butter and jelly milkshake, and I'm sure that de facto it is sweet. But again, can you just pour like, I don't know, like half a pound of sugar and just frost it on top and then do a sugar rim on the glass? Right. And actually, if you could just make the entire cup out of sugar, I'll just eat the cup when I'm done because I like it. But top 10 places for a chocoholic. Milkshake or malt? Milkshake. Have you done top 10 frozen drinks, non-alcoholic or alcohol? I don't think I've done a top 10 drinks show. And if I did, I would absolutely include non-alcoholic. Because I personally am not a big drinker, and I never want to sort of do a show that only appeals to people or like kids or don't want to drink. So, excuse me, there would definitely be a balance of both. So Kira says, I do think the designs of the popcorn buckets are cool. I agree. But if we're talking volume, you get more popcorn in there. I'm with you. I think the popcorn buckets really have nothing to do with the popcorn consumption. And that's where it's just like actually the Big Figs. Anybody a Big Fig collector? The Big Figs were great. My Samurai Mickey is one of my favorite collectibles of all time. And I've literally looked on eBay and I've never seen another Samurai Mickey Big Fig. I know that they were a limited run. It is my favorite one. But like I have 3 more downstairs. And they're huge. Like they're huge. So if there's a display problem, that's why I like the mini Big Figs better. I don't even know if they make the full-size Big Figs anymore. And I thought about selling the ones that I had downstairs, except for the one that's signed by the artist, because Brian Blackmore, I love you so much, and Jedi Mickey is super cool. But I've got a Jiminy Cricket, and I've got an Uncle Sam Mickey, but they're massive. Like I would not know or feel comfortable shipping it. I would have to do some sort of like a local pickup kind of thing. But like they're massive. And they're super, super heavy as well. Popcorn buckets are the biggest argument of every trip to Walt Disney World. So Angela, is it you fighting with your husband like, no, John, we have to get more popcorn buckets? Or is it the kids going, hey, mom and dad, we need 4 more popcorn buckets? Like, where is the argument? And is it a transportation issue because you're getting on a plane? Is it a space issue because you don't know where to put them? Or is it listen, kids, we're not getting dollar for dollar volume of popcorn relative to the size of the thing. We're all better off just getting the paper cup. I actually have another one. I have a limited edition Disneyland one downstairs that is going to go on my eBay again. I think this week I'm going to start up my son has been putting stuff on eBay. So like you should be checking every week, www.com/eBay. We're going to put like 20 items up this week because again, I'm out of space. David, I did see the Mr. Toad bucket. I did see the Mr. Toad bucket and I dig it, but I've got my Mr. Toad. Wait. So I have my Mr. Toad sort of graveyard figure here, and right next to him I have my little Mr. Toad's Wild Ride car. So, like, I'm good. I've really sort of, my philosophy for collecting, which I have imparted to my son, is less is more. I am more of a collector of smaller items and less volume of items, more impact in the items. So rather than me collecting 10 Mr. Toads, I have that one that I love. Rather than me collecting, a number of different things, like instead of having 10 Spidey statues and 5 Daredevil statues, which are in the closet somewhere, I have one of each on display. Top 10 Disney books. I know we've done that before. I know we've done top 10. I know we've done books a couple of times. And actually, I owe somebody who does a Disney book related podcast. I owe her a show together. Somebody remind me of that too. I need an assistant. Who can just be here when I think about these things. Am I going live for Marathon Weekend? I don't know. The problem with going live is it's like stupid o'clock in the morning. And when we go live, like if I went live, I would maybe I will. Maybe like for the half and the full, maybe I'll just do like a live cam and just let it sit there. And you could just watch the world go by, watch people go by. Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to make myself a note. Live cam marathon. I will obviously forget this, and as soon as I get out there to cheer, I'll remember that I didn't bring my tripod and extra phone. Top 10 favorite views. Tony, I'm 92% sure we've done top 10 views before. Top 10 nighttime entertainment. I think we've done, Angie, top 10 things that are better at night. Fireworks are obviously better at night. Top 10 nighttime entertainment. I don't know if I've done that before. I have a a Google Doc that is a matrix of all of the, somebody else made it and was doing it for me from the beginning and stopped like in the mid 600s and just didn't pick it up anymore. If somebody else wants to help do that, to help sort of categorize the shows and keep that running list, which will make searching for them very easy, hit me up and let me know. I will share that Google Doc with you and you can fill in some of those blanks. It was really, really well done, super well organized to help sort of keep it. It literally like is a show tracker, but I only have so much time in the day. Top 10 sandwiches. Put that one on there too. I dig me a good sandwich. I like things in bowls and things you can pick up and eat. Oftentimes at the exact same time. Top 10 windows on Main Street. Why do I feel like there was a window conversation somewhere? And what makes for a top 10 window? Is it the significance of the contributions of the person? Is it the legacy of that person? Because there's instantly like 5 that just go right on the list. So what are the other ones that go on? Is it the cleverness of what is sort of written underneath? Because some of them are actually very, very clever, especially if you don't know what the person did and connect the dots. Top 10 ceilings. Top 10 ceilings. There are some. So like top 10 ceilings, the first one that comes to mind is you have to go to the Temple of Heaven in China. Like there's your winner right there. Top 10 ceilings otherwise. I do always say to look up. Can I put together a list of top 10 ceilings and would anybody listen for 3 hours as we all of these suggestions, I think that you should put in to a doc somewhere in the clubhouse, like top 10 suggestions, and just put them all in the comments. And if somebody can help me sort of put them into a document, because otherwise I'll forget. And this conversation, which is wonderful, by the way, will be all for naught. Top 10 best budget meals. I like that. Michelle says Milton loves his Disneyland Mater bucket as a collectible, which is actually really cool. I had that for a brief period of time in a white elephant on a cruise and was still. Is that where Michelle? Wait, is that where he got his? Yes, I think he got that on the cruise, didn't he? On the Wish over the summer. I love Milton and Michelle. Top 10. So, Kira, I read it quickly and I thought I said top 10 retired restrooms. I'm like, that is incredibly obscure and particular. Top 10 retired restaurants. I'm almost sure we've done this because I remember, well, maybe we were talking about Adventureland, but I remember talking about the Adventureland veranda sponsored by Kikkoman, the soy sauce company. And it was like the Aloha burger. And they had some other like funky hot dog. Like the burger had pineapple on it and like a sweet teriyaki glaze. I'm not sure. I think I think I did do extinct dining experiences. And now I sort of want to pull up the matrix and see. Wait a second. Now I have to. I'm almost. Come on, Lois. Wait. Find extinct. Come on now. Extinct. Extinct opening day attractions. Extinct restaurants was show 370. Back on show. See, the Matrix is really, really a helpful thing if it was updated. I have a few popcorn buckets. You have to have a place for what you buy. Top 10 Walt Disney World commercials. Lori Oliveri talking about the quiet zone. Shh. We're in the quiet zone on the boardwalk. So, shh. Sammy Grant, Stupid O'Clock in the morning. Will I be seeing you this weekend at or around Stupid O'Clock? Top 10 places to grab dinner and watch fireworks outside the park. Very particular, Steve, but also very interesting. Top 10 places. Gasparilla is a great. So do you have to. See, the interesting thing is that you have to grab dinner. You have to grab dinner somewhere. Maybe you don't have to necessarily watch from dinner, like Ohana, but I think I could come up with 10. I think I could come with that. I can come with that. Let's see. Top 10 ride attraction sponsors. Top 10 area music moments. Yeah, David Turner. I know I've discussed the windows somewhere. Be our guest. Now people are thinking about the ceilings, the Haunted Mansion ceilings. Be our guest. This is good because if we end up doing this, this is like helpful to me. Top 10. I know we've done lobbies. I know we've done resort lobbies. Top 10 places to get tuna. Very, very, very particular. But I have places to get. Good places to get tuna. Top 10 gift shops. Eric Fisher of Beyond the To-Do List. I'm almost sure we've done gift shops. Now I got to check the Matrix again, but I don't think I call them gift shops. Yeah. See, in the list, this list only goes up to 640. I think it was like a shops. I did show 530 is top 10 shopping experiences, and yeah, so I have to somehow pick that list back up. Top 10 animatronics. Jeremy, I know we've done that as well. Now you gotta have me animatron. Top 10 animatronics in Walt Disney World was show 295. This is what happens when you have 702, not including an additional 100 from Mouse Tunes shows. I missed the bread bowl clam chowder from Columbia Harbor House. Brian Jones, the best bread bowl I've ever had was in New Orleans Square. It was the first thing I ever ate when I went to Disneyland by myself. I was waiting for friends to show up, and it was the first thing I ever had, and it was absolutely fantastic. We need more podcasts with Lisa and Zach, said no one ever. I'm only saying that because if one or both of them is here, I'm trying to be funny. Marla Chan, go to Dahlia Lounge to see Epcot Fireworks. Eric Fisher's a top 10. I'm not a sweets guy snack spots. I would do top 10. I'm not a sweets guy sweets in Walt Disney World, because I'm already thinking that I have an easy 10 on my list. Again, I'm really hoping somebody is writing these down because I like a lot of these. Top 10 Disney Cruise Line restaurants. Angie, that's actually, maybe we sort of top 10 Disney Cruise Line food items, because many of the restaurants are, well, we could do restaurants. Top 10 Disney, I mean, there's one clear winner. Like I would spoil it for you right now. I'm not saying it's 1923, but it's far and away 1923. But we could do that one too. Top 10 places that make you cry. Derek, I know we did a cry episode because I'm a crier. I know we did a, like, you know what it was? It was top 10 sentimental moments back on show 96. Which we could possibly revisit, although I don't like repeating topics. I've never done it before. But I'm sure there are new places. Listen, at this stage of my life, I'm crying at all kinds of stuff. So, top 10... Scott Atwood says, top 10 donuts. I mean, it would just be sitting at Everglades, but I'm willing to sit there and try them all with you. Welcome. You could do that. Wilford Brimley will come out and literally say, welcome to diabetes. Just welcome to the world of diabetes. Although I will say, for someone who is not necessarily, the ube donut and the blueberry donut are so good. The coffee there and the top 10 things to get at Everglades, the coffee, the funky chicken, which I will still stand my ground as the best chicken sandwich in Walt Disney World. Fight me. Ube donut, which is healthy because it's a vegetable, because it's like a purple potato, and the blueberry, which also is healthy because it is a fruit. So, Top 10 mysteries, shopping experiences, I think we've done. Top 10 area music. I know we've done music. And actually we have, coming in the next few weeks, we're going to keep on with our series and go to Disney's Hollywood Studios and do the top 10, not top 10. We're going to do a deep dive into the music of Disney's Hollywood Studios, which I can't wait because I'm like a super old man and I love, love, love the music, especially of Sunset Boulevard. I think like I was meant to be born or like live in like the 30s and 40s because I totally dig that era of music and hats. Let me see. But I will see the Sanderson sisters. I will see the Sanderson sisters again in Bermuda. I love me some Sanderson sisters. Not necessarily the ones on TV, but the ones that join us on the cruise. Amanda Bonner says, I volunteer as tribute for anything Disney Cruise Line. Amanda Bonner is the person who we talked about. Somebody said doing the top 10 charcuterie boards in Walt Disney World. You've done that. That's what it is. We talked about it, but you were doing either like a podcast or a blog post about it. So maybe, having done a lot of that research, maybe you need to be part of that conversation. Because who doesn't love Amanda Bonner from, it used to be Disney Travel for All. I wish I had a logo to put I wish I had a logo, which is beautiful, that I could put up from, it's now Me and the Magic. So go find her at meandthemagic.com and on the Instagrams, and go follow her on Instagram, and she'll send you I won't necessarily send you anything other than lots of love, but go follow Amanda. Darby, what is going on, man? How are you? Good to see you. Top 10 places to celebrate a special occasion. I think we might have done something like that before. The Funky Chicken is the best. And now, although I just had a very delicious chicken sandwich, this is not, although it should be sponsored by Chick-fil-A, it's not. I mean, if Chick-fil-A, if you want to sponsor, hey, call me. But the Funky Chicken, if there was a way, and this is, they would make $1 zillion. If I could somehow invent, let's call it Luber Eats, where you could order, if you're local and could order food from a Walt Disney World restaurant, I would be so poor and 3 times the size I am now. Just imagine, I want you to picture this for a second. We're sitting here, we're having fun, we're doing the show's over, and I'm like, hey, Sanaa, bloop, 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 send me over some bread service. And by the time I got downstairs, bread service from Sanaa, and every single one of the dip. I'm trying not to drool on camera because that is like a dream. We can send people to space. Why can I get Sanaa bread service delivered to my house? These are the things that will plague me tonight. Top 10 things we steal from resort rooms. Eddie, I don't think I should do that one for lots of different reasons. Top 10 salads. Drew Pike, I'm going to pretend you didn't say that, although the Cobb salad is way up there. Top 10 cast member uniforms. We've done top 10 cast member role. Maybe we did do uniform. No, we did do costumes. So top 10 cast member roles was 476. Yeah, top 10 cast member roles was show 476. I'm sure we talked about costumes. Top 10 things to do when it rains. Irene, I know for a fact we've done that one. Top 10 things to do when it rains is show number 115. God, I really need somebody to help pick up the slack on this matrix because it's super, super helpful, especially for things like tonight. Top 10 hot tubs. Not touching that one for all of the reasons. Top 10 things that haven't changed since opening day in Walt Disney World. Michael Lamassa is like, I'm here for the Luber Eats. A cheeseburger from Wilderness Lodge. Andrew Mylan, a bison burger right now. How nice would that be? If you could order, pretend that there's Luber Eats. If there's a magical Luber Eats that will not only deliver, but magically transport. If you could eat one, this will be the last question of the night. If you could eat one item and just sort of hit a button on your phone and for some ridiculous amount of money can have it instantly delivered to your house, what's the one food item you would have sent to your house and like your desk or your table right now? Somebody pick up the Uber Eats, your top 10 Lou Mangello motivational quotes, top 10 things you would discuss with Walt Disney. Megan, we did something like that. We talked about like, it was like top 10. It was like, no, something we would like take, we would take something we would do like with Walt Disney. Now I have to look and see if I can figure out where it is. There was something about like, there was top 10 places we would take Walt Disney in Walt Disney World was show 319. Show 319. But I'm sure we could have some very, very interesting conversations. Top 10 food and wine festival favorites. So that's normally what I do for the festivals, Eric. Sometimes I do them on the live show. Actually, the Festival of the Arts starts like in a week. It's crazy, like a week and a half. So I will do, if only there is somebody like local who would come with me one day and we would record something live in the park. Maybe like if, for example, somebody who's local from the WDW Radio Nation that wants to come and be part of that experience and record it for the show and like stretchy pants walking around, that's a nice day. That's a nice little day in sometime in January or February. I'm traveling a lot this month. Top 10 Disney lawyers. Let's see. Here are some of the items that people are mentioning that they would love to get. Chicken curry and the corn dip from Three Bridges. Marla Chan, you may have just instantly won the night. That's nice. Beth Strickland says the burger from Three Bridges. Three Bridges is a good time. Gosh, Three Bridges is man. An avocado margarita from La Cava de Tequila. White chocolate cookies from Gideon's. And Pops. I don't know what Pops are. Pops? Soda Pops? Funko Pops. Some sort of pop. Pop sockets. Pop rocks. I don't know what the Pops are. By the way, there was an hour and a half wait in the middle of the afternoon today for the virtual queue for Gideon's. So they're doing something right. Mac and cheese from Homecoming. Brioche ice cream sandwich from France. 3 tacos. Not 1, not 2, not 3. 3 tacos from Pecos Bill. Wine glazed mushroom side from Steakhouse 71. David Katz likes his side dishes. Al Curry III, good to see you, man. How are you, brother? We know it's getting real when Lou takes the glass off. I know it's true. A wine flight and charcuterie board from Wine Bar George. The honey, you get the little honey and you have them bring a little. I was actually just at Wine Bar George for said charcuterie board a couple of weeks ago. What did we go for? I don't know. I don't know what it was for, but it was just charcuterie board and appetizers. That's going to be a tough one to beat, Amanda Bonner, for best charcuterie board on property. Karen Gilbert, a moo and eating around the world. It's basically how I approach festival events. So if you see me in a moo, like, oh, clearly Lou's working. Can we stop? I'm starving. Duck Duck Raz, filet sliders from Boathouse. Tom McMillan. The filet sliders, man. Just, I can't get away from them. I was there last week. Unfortunately, I have to share breaking news. I'm not kidding. And I never like to say breaking news, but unfortunately, Chef Bob is no longer at Boathouse. And Chef Bob, I'm not sure if you're here. You're probably not, because right now you're packing or you're driving. Chef Bob is leaving the Boathouse only because he's opening up his own restaurant in Texas. So I was happy and sad and then really sad. But I promised Chef, and I will promise you, I will one day, after they get things up and running, work out some kinks, I'm going to go to Texas for no other reason, although I'm going to try and like blink in a speaking gig in there so I could justify it. We're going to go to Chef Bob's restaurant, and we're going to do a live show from Chef Bob's restaurant. So Chef, wherever you are, I wish you the best of luck. It was a very sad, delicious meal at Boathouse with Chef. So top 10 places to take a selfie. Satuli Canteen potato hash. I like that too. Karen Gilbert, really like knocking one out of the park, one after the other. The pork carnitas from Frontera. So Michael, I've only eaten there once. I've only eaten at Frontera once, and not for a full meal. I've only eaten there once, and I've only eaten at STK once, if we're thinking about places in Disney Springs. If only somebody, anybody, whatever. Jock Lindsay's Pretzel and Charcuterie, shrimp and andouille mac and cheese from the Boathouse, Casey's chili cheese dog, or a milkshake from the Boathouse. Top 10 pizza slices, Andrew Milan. I'm not sure that's a road I want to hoe. Not if we did, we would have to go outside of Walt Disney World, because other than Epcot, pizza's a tough one. Pizza's a tough get in Walt Disney World. It is not one of the strongest suits. That's why the pizza there in Italy is so good. It's the water, it's the semolina, it's all the stuff that they import. It makes a difference. So Becky hasn't eaten yet, so this food thing would qualify as a top 10 ways to annoy Becky. Becky, I'm positive I can annoy you so much more, because what I could do is I could kick you out of the actual chat as I start to explain some of the things that are on the whiteboard that I haven't talked to you about yet. See, that's all of a sudden, no, that's right. There's the number one way to annoy Becky is threaten her with saying things that I'm not supposed to say. Avocado. Beatrice just had dinner at Three Bridges tonight. Oh, I was so close. Pizza is a hard get in Florida. Steve, you're right. There's a few places, all of whom import the water and or other ingredients, because the hard water here, the high sulfur count, the water is also hard. It's like a hard water here. It makes all the difference. Very, very, very difficult to get in Florida. Even more difficult to get in Disney. And if you say Pizza Rizzo, in a pinch, if you need, just like if you are like on death's door and the only thing that will save you is pizza, Pizza Rizzo will suffice. Excuse me. But Brett, yeah, no, I'm getting texts from Becky like there's nobody business. There's all kinds of stuff coming in at this point that I cannot repeat in mixed company. So yeah, not a lot of sweet and spicy chicken waffle, also very good. Pizza Ponte is good. Marla Chan, I forgot about Pizza Ponte. Outside of Maria and Enzo's, I would have to go sort of toe to toe, slice for slice, because there's not a lot. I can't even do like a top 10 pizza slices in Walt Disney World. Maybe I'll have to do we'll do a live, that's what we'll do. Somebody remind me, the next time I'm in Disney Springs and or the next time I'm at Epcot, we're going to do a live taste test of the pizza. Could you imagine if you could get pizza to go? You can get it from the pizza window, which is open again in Italy and Epcot, but not the same type of pizzas that you can get inside that come from the brick oven. They have an artichoke pizza. It's a white artichoke pizza. How have I not done? No, I know I've done a Via Napoli live review. Wait, let me check the Matrix. Yes, on show 320. I did on show 320. But you know what we should do? Wait. I'll talk to the folks from Via Napoli. Why don't we get a little booth and do a live show at Via Napoli? get a couple of folks, gather around a table, order a few pies. That's a good night right there. You know what's coming next, so just give me a second. If only there was somebody, anybody, somebody who would come with me to Viennapoli to do a Wednesday night live show and join me in the partaking of the pizza pie. I'd like to partake of your pecan pie on a Wednesday night. Again, I hope somebody out there is writing this down, because there's no way I'm going to be able to go back and play through this to write and keep all these notes. So, Jason said, I got the okonomiyaki fries from Katsura Grill. My wife got the spoon bread from Crystal Palace. My older daughter said the quiche from the boulangerie in the France Pavilion. Jason or Sarah, if you like the okonomiyaki fries in Katsura Grill eons ago, I mean, I'm literally talking like 10 years ago, they had real, legit okonomiyaki. And it was more like Tokyo style. It was so good, but nobody knew what it was. So they didn't sell a lot of it because nobody could pronounce it. They're like, the round thing, what is that? And it's so okonomiyaki is like, it's cabbage, but it's like chopped up and in a circle. I can't even describe it, with like a sweet sauce and like a mayo. It's so delicious. There's a secret restaurant off property that I take friends sometimes. I don't like to say the name out loud because I made the mistake once. Not that it's my fault, but the word got out, and now it's really, really tough to get into, especially on the weekends. But they have an okonomiyaki that is so good. How good is it? It's so good. I literally have ordered it every single time I've gone. And I probably go once or twice a month because it is that good. So, charcuterie on a wire from Territory. Becky, by the way, we did that live. We did a live dining review of Territory Lounge, and they've changed the menu. I'm not sure if that's our fault or if that's our problem, but now I need to go back and do it again, because from what I understand, the menu is completely different than when we did it, which is a wonderful problem to have. Jim Rohanski has a pizza slice sampler. I wish there was a way that I could grab a slice from Pizza Ponte and grab a hot slice from Viennapoli and compare them side by side. But no. What we'll do is we'll go to one of the places. We'll go to like Epcot and have a slice for lunch, and then waddle it off, and then go to Springs and have a slice of Pizza Ponte for dinner. 3 years of law school. That's the kind of stuff that I come up with. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Eddie Kern says, after his live broadcast, the whole new year, new me is right out the window. Well, listen, you're welcome. We do have to go back. Ribs from Nomad Lounge. Ribs from Morimoto. I had them today. So you see why he won Iron Chef with and because of those ribs. They're that good. They are really, really that good. So then after, go to 3 minutes. I know, Brett Bowen. You see what happens? I said it was going to be a short show, and it's now 10 to 9. It's an hour and a half later, and somehow, we're still talking. You guys brought this up. I had no intention of talking about food. I was talking about places to walk in Walt Disney World. Now I got to waddle my fatness around to try and walk off all the food that I have to go and review. So thank you for that. All right, I will let you go because I need to figure out a lot of things, including how I'm going to eat all this food, how I'm going to pay for all this food. By the way, thank you to everybody who's a member of the WWE Nation. You allow these food reviews to happen. So if you're a member of the nation, stand up and be heard. Take a bow and know how much I love and appreciate you, as does my waistline. All right, couple of quick-ish final reminders. Let me turn this down a little bit. Couple of things. Don't forget, speaking of food and fun with friends, Nobody has more fun than us. Oh, wait. Actually, I have to go back because I don't have it in this scene. 1 second. One thing I forgot is if you're in Walt Disney World this weekend, our next meet of the month is this Saturday. This one coming up in like 4 days. Saturday, January 7th from 1:30 to 3 in aforementioned. We might be able to get pizza while we're there. Good Lord. 1 to 3 p.m. in Disney Springs. Come out and join us. And one more quick reminder, don't forget, if you're going to be in Walt Disney World or if you're local, House of Mouse Expo, Friday the 20th through Sunday the 22nd. Come one day, come all three. Stay for the late night dance party on, it's not really a dance party, it's a late night party. I'm sure there's dancing on Saturday night. That is a separate ticketed event, so you can come and join for that. Please don't forget to share the link to this week's show with a friend, with maybe somebody who has never listened before, on your social. If you tag me, especially like on Instagram, I will reshare it and I will follow you back. And now, cue the music. Now, a couple of quick reminders. Nobody has more fun than us. Come and cruise with us on the Disney Fantasy. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Keep going. But 8 nights of fun and non-fitness fluffiness on the Disney Fantasy. God, there's so many good restaurants to eat. 8 nights overnight in Bermuda, April 15th through the 23rd. You can get more information by going to www.radio.com/cruise or the events page at www.radio.com. I said it before, I will say it again. None of this, literally none of this happens without you, especially if you are a member of the WW Radio Nation. Your contributions go a long way towards keeping the literal and figurative lights on. They also helps the food reviews keep on coming. And don't forget that a portion of your proceeds does go to our Dream Team project to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation of America. I love and appreciate you and looking forward to scheduling our next live Zoom call all together. When you're coming to Walt Disney World or Disney Cruise Line, with or without us, if you're going to Aulani, maybe you're going to someplace like Disneyland, go and visit Becky and her friends and my friends and yours over at mousefantravel.com. They will, they won't just help you book your vacation, but they treat you like family because you are. And they handle everything for you, and it all comes at no cost to you with an incredible level of personal service. I love Mouse Fan Travel. I love the agents. And what else am I forgetting? Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. No, I'll save it for next week. Will I save it for next week? No, I won't save it for next week. All I will say is, barring some sort of conflict, I will be live next week. I'm taking the glasses off for effect. I will be live next week from a very, very special location. I don't know specifically where in the location I will be, but I promise you it's somewhere special. And I will leave it at that. It might not necessarily be Wednesday at 7:30. Turn on notifications on the WW Radio page. Like, go to the page on when we're done. Go to the facebook.com/WW Radio. Turn on notifications. Turn on See First. Whatever Facebook is calling it now. Make sure you get alerts for when the show goes live, because I will most likely maybe not be exactly at 7:30 Eastern. Maybe the fact that I mentioned Eastern time is important because of where I might be. I will just tease you with that. And finally, most importantly, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. You are the good. You are, how do I say this? You matter to me so much. When I say that I love and appreciate you, they are not just words. It is something that comes from my heart. You choose the good. You are the good. And you are a brighter, positive light in this world than you know. Continue to do that, to choose the good and pay it forward. So until next time, until this weekend, bring those hugs in on the course. Be gentle, but bring them in. And by hugs, I might even mean just like a gentle fist bump, because some of you guys get really gross, especially during the full marathon. It's going to be so hot. I don't care. I love it. I'm excited. I will see you guys soon. So until then, see ya.
Magic Kingdom.
45.
Magic Kingdom.
45.
Walt Disney presents. Walt presents. Please stand clear of the doors. Please, por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas. Hi everyone, welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Express monorail.